What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I'm a certified personal trainer and I share all things health, fitness, and my lifestyle on here, on Instagram, and on TikTok, so make sure you're subscribed and follow along. I am currently on my way to Whole Foods because in today's video I'm going to be sharing my dinners from tonight and tomorrow night because they're both super easy, healthy, and also delicious without being super boring. Tonight we are doing some Greek bowls basically, and then tomorrow night we're doing this like lemon parmesan salmon orzo bowl. I'm super excited for both. I'm going to Whole Foods now to get the groceries for those two meals, and I will show you guys exactly how I make each of them. And I am gonna put the full recipes and instructions for both of these meals in the description box below. I already have some of the ingredients I need, but while I'm in there, I need to pick up salmon, chicken, rice, tomatoes, red onion, yellow onion, chicken broth, shredded lettuce, tzatziki, cucumber, garlic cloves, spinach, orzo, dried thyme, grated parm, and then these three things are not for the recipes, but we're out of our frozen tropical fruit, Cameron's favorite chocolate chip waffles, and some Olippops. So that's what we're going in for, and then there are other ingredients needed for the recipes that I already have. But like I mentioned, I'll have everything listed down in the description. Grocery shopping done. I did forget to get rice, which is needed for tonight's Greek chicken bowls, but I'm pretty sure we have enough at home to cover tonight's meal. We're just probably gonna be out after tonight. So my camera's dying. Let's go home. All right, groceries are put away. Switched out my camera battery. It is Scotty and I chilling in the kitchen, so if you hear something rustling around or that noise, it's my puppy. But it is now time to marinate the chicken for these Greek chicken bowls. If you've seen my gyro recipe, I've shared it in a few full days of eating, and it's also on my app. That's basically the exact recipe we're making. However, instead of serving this like as proper gyros on pita bread, I'm gonna do it in a bowl over rice. So I have my chicken breast here. I'm gonna cut them up a little bit thinner, and then I'm gonna marinate them in this shallow bowl. I like to marinate with olive oil, a little bit of fresh lemon juice if I have it, minced garlic and garlic powder, some salt, pepper, and paprika. It is so delicious, so easy, and don't worry if you don't have a ton of time. Sometimes I marinate this combination for 10 minutes, sometimes it marinates for a little bit longer, like 1 to 2 hours, but never anything crazy. So however much time you have, marinate it for that long. All right, so as you can see, I slice the chicken into like thin little tenders, and then I like to marinate with my olive oil, which I am almost out of, a little bit of fresh lemon juice, some minced garlic, black pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and salt. And I feel like I need a little bit more pepper. And then I just mix that all up. And as you guys can see, I do not measure anything. There's no particular rhyme or reason. I just season as I please. So that's how I always suggest you guys do it as well. Put the lid on this and I will pop it in the refrigerator. And that right there was probably like the hardest and most time-consuming part of this entire recipe. It is so simple, so quick and easy. I actually just cook my chicken right on the stovetop, but you can also grill it if you prefer to. I would just suggest marinating and grilling like the full chicken breast and then slicing it up after it's already cooked. But once the chicken is cooked, I'm just gonna throw it in a bowl over rice with some chopped red onion, tomato, cucumber, some feta cheese, drizzle some tzatziki. If you like olives, feel free to add those. I know that's a very Greek thing. I, for one, am not an olive gal, but feel free to add them. It is your recipe, it is your dinner, you do what you want with it. I'm just sharing how I'm making this and giving you guys some inspiration. I also just kind of spoiled the entire recipe and dinner, but I'll see you guys when I'm actually putting everything together. I do have to measure this just because it's a ratio of rice to water. So I'm gonna do 2/3 cup of rice and then double that for the water. I think I've made it very clear I'm not good at dicing. Usually I use a little dicer, but I was trying to look cool, so it kind of backfired. All right, rice is cooking. Scotty baby as cute as ever. And then everything else is prepped. We've got our tzatziki, feta cheese, red onion, lettuce, cucumber, and then I diced up a few tomatoes. And I'm gonna be honest, I am not a tomato person. Cameron is not a tomato person. But I knew that my bowl would be more aesthetic if it had tomatoes on it. And honestly, if it's something like this with all the good things mixed together, I can tolerate them, especially when they're diced up super small. All that's left to do is cook the chicken. So I just grabbed it out of the fridge. My pan is heating up. I've got some olive oil in the pan and I'm just gonna toss this in. I don't even really time anything. Honestly, my pan's not even hot enough to be putting this on yet, but oh well. And honestly, this chicken cooks so quickly, especially when you slice it thin like this. So just a few minutes on each side. I don't even time it. I just kind of keep flipping it and then eventually I cut one open and once they're fully cooked, I take them off. All right, my Greek chicken bowl is assembled and is looking so delicious. I can't wait to mix this up and dig in. All right, I'm going to devour this and I will see you guys when I'm cooking dinner tomorrow. All right, we are back in the kitchen, evening number 2, making our easy, healthy dinners. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I've never even made this recipe before, but I already know I'm gonna be obsessed with it because I absolutely love every ingredient that's going into this. But tonight we are making 1 skillet salmon with lemon orzo. I just found this recipe on Pinterest the other day, so I cannot take credit for it. It's actually what inspired this YouTube video because you guys are always asking for new healthy dinner ideas. And I always say this in my full days of eating, I'm such a creature of habit. I'm constantly eating the same things over and over again, which is probably really boring for you guys to watch. So today I'm giving you something new, something fresh, and something that I know is gonna be delicious. And it seems like you really can't mess this recipe up. I have all of my ingredients laid out in front of me, so I'll quickly flip this camera around, we'll talk through each of them, and then I may as well just read off the instructions because there's literally only 5 steps in this meal. All right, this right here is everything you need for this recipe. I've got my salmon, I already minced up my 3 garlic cloves, already cut up my entire yellow onion, lemon, butter, Parmesan cheese, chicken broth, orzo, garlic powder, black pepper, thyme, paprika, salt, red pepper flakes, olive oil, and baby spinach. All right, step number 1 is to get your prep done before you start cooking. Grate your Parmesan cheese, chop your onion, mince your garlic. I did all that. Pat the salmon fillets dry with a paper towel. That is done. Season both sides with garlic powder, paprika, salt, and pepper. I still need to do that, so let's do that now. I'm not gonna measure any of my seasonings just because I feel like that's way too difficult. So I'm just gonna wing my seasonings like I always do. If you've seen any of my other videos or you've watched me cook any meal, you know that I really never measure, but I will be measuring the other things in this recipe just because I want to get it right because like I said, it looks so incredibly delicious. So I just put salt on each of the salmon fillets. Now I am shaking some pepper onto them. You guys can't even see what I'm doing, but oh well. Once I flip them over to season the other side, I'll lower the camera angle so that you guys can actually see. And last but not least, a little bit of thyme, if I am remembering correctly. Not thyme, garlic powder. This is why I need the recipe. Shaking some of that on. And now we'll lower you guys so you can watch me do it on the other side. Also, sorry, it is so dark in here. I really should have turned some lights on. I'll do that in a second. Garlic powder on each one. Black pepper. I like things really seasoned, if you couldn't tell. Salt. And paprika. Oh, and it's really dark right now because a random thunderstorm is currently rolling through. If you can hear it, I don't know if you can, but I'll turn some lights on. Much better. All right, moving over to the stovetop for step number 2, which is to heat your olive oil and butter over medium-high heat in a large nonstick pan or skillet. Add your salmon fillets and sear 3 to 4 minutes per side. Remove from skillet and set aside. I'm not gonna measure out my olive oil or butter, but let's get cooking the salmon. This might be too much, but it'll be delicious. All right, just took the salmon off the pan, and I'm actually just gonna read you the next few steps because they're pretty time sensitive. Step number 3, reduce the heat to medium, add your garlic and onion, cook until soft and fragrant for about 2 minutes, then stir in your thyme, remaining salt and pepper, and add your orzo to toast for 1 minute. Step 4, pour in your chicken broth and bring to a boil. To maintain a simmer, reduce the heat to medium-low, cook uncovered while stirring occasionally to prevent the orzo from sticking until almost al dente and most of the liquid is absorbed, about 8 minutes. Step number 5, add your spinach, stir and simmer until wilted for about 2 minutes. Stir in your lemon juice and Parmesan, add more broth if needed, taste and adjust salt. After that, return salmon to the skillet, simmer for 2 to 3 minutes or until the salmon is heated through, then enjoy. Also optional, you can top with fresh ground black pepper and chili flakes if you want. We all know how much spinach cooks down. All right, it's basically all put together. I didn't add any more broth. In the 5th step, it says to add more broth if needed after you do the lemon juice and Parmesan. I didn't add more because it isn't even like fully soaked up yet, but this smells amazing. I just have to wait like 2 to 3 minutes for the salmon to kind of get re-warmed up, and then we get to dig in. I'm so freaking excited. And obviously I need to do a little taste test because like I said, I haven't even made this recipe before, so I need to do my due diligence. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking good. This is gonna be the new recipe that you guys are sick of seeing because I'm just gonna make it constantly. Holy cow, I can't wait to eat dinner. I seriously just can't get over this. She is stunning. There's our little 1-pan meal in all her glory. I wish you guys could smell and taste this through the screen. It is so freaking good. I haven't even tried the salmon yet, but the orzo combination is to die for. I know that as soon as I put it into our dinner bowls, it's gonna be way less aesthetic, so just soak it in. Just soak that beauty in. I cannot wait to dig in. All right, that was seriously so freaking good. We almost finished the entire thing. The recipe is supposed to feed 4. We each had 2 pieces of the salmon because those pieces of salmon are a little bit smaller than the salmon we typically get at Costco, but the salmon was cooked to perfection. The orzo was so freaking good. We do have a little bit of leftover orzo, so I'll probably saute up some shrimp tomorrow and add it to the rest of that orzo and have it for lunch or dinner, because that was delicious. Highly recommend that recipe as well as last night's. I know last night's wasn't like an actual recipe, it was just kind of stuff thrown together in a bowl, but those are the best kinds of dinners. And now that I know this is a 1-pan meal that is that easy to make, I will be making it constantly. That was so freaking good. I need to clean up the kitchen and then go play with my puppy outside. So I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing 2 easy, healthy dinners. If you wanna see more videos like this, don't forget to give this one a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you all next time. Bye.